All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now Taylor on first down. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Play action. Now Taylor. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Taylor to throw. It fights him off. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Taylor hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Parker. And his first look is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Parker now. Going to throw again. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. To throw is Parker. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got Will Tye complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's Parker on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 48 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more,
to put it mildly.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, it's Taylor. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On third down, Taylor. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Parker throwing on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Detroit, Detroit.
The first carry now, this is Johnson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Parker on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Wide open receiver complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go.
Johnson on the counter. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parker. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Parker underneath for Johnson. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now they try the right side here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Parker now looking to throw on 2nd down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Parker. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final. And the first play will be a field goal try. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. eluding the pressure right. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
To throw is Parker on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Taylor going to run the option right. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Taylor to throw on second down. Buying time to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. They go play action now. Taylor. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. This is first and goal from about the 8. From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. David Johnson on his way. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 78 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Taylor escaping the pressure right. Fights him off. Finding room at the 30. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete here.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Taylor. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll start out here with the option left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
No, check, Patriots!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. Parker. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Gone!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Three down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Gone! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Detroit!
Here's Parker throwing on 1st down. Complete. It's Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Kill!
Now Parker to throw on second down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Parker operating from the gun. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Parker. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Parker now from the gun. He'll throw. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down, here's Taylor. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Taylor now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. To throw is Parker. Looking to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Detroit!
Here's Parker on 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Now Parker, off play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Parker on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Detroit!
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this one is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Taylor. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 1st downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action, it's Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56.
On 1st down, Parker. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. They'll roll him out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Going deep for Benjamin. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
They begin the drive with Johnson. Able to fight through one tackle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Atlanta. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Detroit! Detroit!
Parker now to throw on 2nd down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. 20! And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
The first down carry here for Johnson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Slow.
Second and 10, it's Taylor again. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And it's third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Taylor now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw again is Taylor. Being checked, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Shrugs him off, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
If you're very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Falcons on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Coleman, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. The drive will start with an option going left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
First throw in overtime now for Taylor. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They go play action now. Taylor going underneath. It's Coleman. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Taylor hit. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. Oh, so close, but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. A pressure spot now for a guy who's been here before, and that's Stephen Hauschka. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Parker. Off the play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Cardinals on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Here's Parker, operating from the gun. Jumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there.